Welcome to Detecting Intelligence, the only show that treats AI like a crime scene. We bag the evidence, dust the hype for fingerprints, and interrogate the breakthroughs. Then we ask the only question that matters. Are we closer to AGI? Let's find out. Here are your hosts, Frank and Ronnie.
GM, Ronnie.
GM, Frank. Happy Friday, sir. How you doing? Do I sound okay? I usually ask you this beforehand, but I forgot to.
You sound good, man. How about me? Everything good on my end?
You sound good. You might be a little loud for me on my end, but okay, let me just lower the volume.
Are you talking to my wife? Did she tell you to say that?
Yeah, she did, actually. But anyways, welcome, folks. This is Detecting Intelligence. I am Ronnie, a.k.a. Dr. Manhattan, and I'm joined by my co-host, Frank, a.k.a. Frank Suring. Welcome to those that are listening, might be listening back to this later, because nobody is watching us right now yet. But anywho, Frank, you and I haven't chatted since yesterday. I'd say yesterday was probably maybe one of our most uncomfortable shows because especially when we got into, and you might have noticed, where we got into the whole Elon Musk seeking damages so to speak from OpenAI. And
I think we handled it pretty good, though. I think.
We did, and that's why it was really uncomfortable for me, because I let I usually let things fly if you follow me anywhere on social media, and especially on Facebook, and I didn't too much yesterday during the conversation, even though I wanted to. So I felt handcuffed almost verbally, but anyways, I just wanted to put that out there. I just I don't know. I haven't even watched it back yet. So anyway, but that whole chat was a little awkward for me because I had things that I wanted to say, but didn't want to. Because mostly unnecessary anyway. It would have just been venting and would have just only made me feel better. Anyway, why I'm sharing that now, I don't know. I wanted to share that with you anyway. I was probably going to do it in Discord, but I got you now, so why not let you know? Anyhow,
well, I think this is kind of the good dynamic that we have here together. Is we're probably going to get into a lot more heated conversations as we get closer and we see more developments with AI. I think we've even got a few news items that are interesting to talk about today. But it's good to get the human perspective on either end. So, if your perspective is a little different than mine, then I think that it's just good to hear. And I think that's
exactly.
It's valuable to hear everyone's opinions on things and get a broader perspective, maybe on your own opinion.
All right. Well, if you follow me on X, you know that I'm advocating for the eradication of opinions. I don't think opinions should exist.
Well, I think human opinions should.
There's a caveat outside of art. If it's art, if we're talking about art, opinions all day. Keep them coming. Outside of art, there's no need for opinions. There is fact and there is fiction, and that's it. Anyway, sorry, you were gonna say.
And I think what is posing a lot of questions for people now, and is these algorithms and also these bots that are, spamming these timelines with just opinions that aren't even real human opinions, just to kind of spark, maybe,
that internet theory.
Yeah, just to kind of get people a little bit angry about things. And, it really has to make you wonder. I think one of the things that X did, which was really good, and I wish more platforms would do, is to show, where the accounts are coming from, or where they originated from based off of the app store that they downloaded the application. Because I think that's an important piece to also understanding context. I think it's come to, show that some accounts that appear like they're either from, a Western country, in Europe here or North America, and then you come to find out they're not. They're actually from another part of the world. It's kind of eye-opening, and a really good thing that, you know, if you're going to form an opinion, especially a strong opinion on a particular piece of news or, you know, whatever, really, it's good that you do your research and confirm that, you know, this what the knowledge source that you're forming this opinion from is accurate. So.
Well, look, I mean, we are, you know, there's already a lot of ton of apps and widgets that are supposedly verifying these news articles. So really, so I mean, as these things get more, you know, more powerful and, you know, and especially more accurate in real time, what do we need opinion pieces from humans for? Just tell us what's happening, and that's it.
Stick to the facts, eh?
Stick to the facts, right? So, I mean, as far as I can tell, that's the future that we're going towards. I mean, you know, and especially, you know, I can't imagine it. I don't know how we're going to survive if we don't have some sort of, you know, some sort of watermark or verification marker, or, you know, something that this is it's been vetted, verified, and at that very moment that you're consuming that bit of info, true.
Yeah.
I don't know how we're gonna. I don't see us surviving much longer without some sort of that sort of mechanic in place. Seeing, if you just look out the window, I mean, misinformation is how we got to where we are right now.
Well, I mean, with the AI models getting even better day by day, you know, I think it certainly is a real problem. I think there was even a lot of discussion around some fake photos from the Artemis 2 mission taking place right now that were circulating around and getting people.
What were those?
So I'll have to see if I can bring them up here. Let me see here. And I'll just have to preface this by saying this is fake news. But yeah,
we'll get a banner. We'll get like a sticker banner to pop up. Fake news.
There was a whole ton of them. Like, I know there was one which was like a crater of the dark side of the moon, and people, you know, claiming that this was the like the real photo from the dark side of the moon. It had this massive crater. I'm gonna see if I can find that one as well too. But a lot of the images that were up for debate were actually subtle enough that you probably wouldn't even really like notice or think that, you know, it'd be worthy of duplicating. Okay. So let me just let me share.
I have a pretty good idea of what the moon looks like. So let's see.
Let me
or at least, you know, the side that's always facing us.
No,
the
totally.
Dark side, not so much.
Because I'm going to do something for here at the risk of sharing too much. I'm going to share my whole screen.
And that's a fascinating factoid, right? It's like we've only ever seen the one side of the moon.
It's true. Yeah.
So wild.
So yeah, you can see like these are even just some like subtle pictures here.
I haven't seen these.
You know, that they were saying.
Well, I haven't seen these exact ones, but I've seen other photos that I imagine are real.
Yeah. No, I think there are definitely a ton that are real, but let's look at specifically the fake ones here. So let's go back.
Was that Nutella thing real with the Nutella jar floating by? That was like making the rounds.
That was real. That was real.
Nice.
Yeah, that was real. Yeah. So this was the one I was this was the one I was telling you about. So this was like the crater that some people were claiming was real.
I don't think I'd seen these. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, did I? No, I did see. Oh, dude, I might have retweeted this actually. I might have reshared this. No, I'm looking at it.
He's falling for the butts.
I did. I think so. Damn it. Hold on.
So, you know, these are the things. And then there was also a photo of the crew on a green screen. Just kind of like really fitting into this whole like belief that, you know, the moon missions are fake.
Oh, okay. There's actually a bunch of these. I don't know if this, there's a bunch of these, and for like different movie sets or for different scenarios. Right. Yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool. I haven't seen that one. But that moon photo, I don't know. I liked it or I might have reshared it because it's an amazing photo.
Just AI.
Because I thought it was real. But anyway.
But you know, that goes to show you though, like that these things are getting better and better. And, there's that a whole view of like Will Smith eating spaghetti, right? And how we were 2 years ago at a very strange state where, you could understand what the concept was, but it didn't look anything like it. Now it's like undistinguishable from what reality actually looks like. So yeah, I don't know. It's interesting.
All right. Well, we wasted 10 minutes on junk, but no
Fake news.
Yeah, let's get into some not fake news, but clickbait, in my opinion, is what this next story was. After you read it, you don't find that out until actually you read this story. From Fox News, AI chatbots refilling psych meds sparks debate. All right. So, of course, when you see that headline, that's a little unsettling even for me. But personally, what I do is my immediate thought after that, and that's something I do. I don't know, just do this automatically. I'm like, okay, but wait, like there has to be a method to this madness. This can't just be the Wild West. I'm sure there were safeguards, parameters in place, and they didn't just let some freaking chatbot just start, throwing out meds, like it's New Year's Eve or something like that. And yes, that's what they did. There are guardrails in place. You do have to see, there are red flags that go off. And these are only really for safe meds and a really small, a group of people that this is being tested on. So all the logical things that you think one would put in place, to monitor this sort of system are in place. But again, you don't find that out until after you read that. And this is, look, I mean, I just fell for a fake moon photo, but I'm also guilty of the same. And the reason why this triggered me is because I'm like, man, it's just, if you watch the Social Dilemma documentary that came out, I've watched it 3 times. If you haven't watched it yet, I watch it right now. But it just talks about how fast misinformation travels. How fast false news travels. And last time I checked, I think it travels 6 times faster than the truth. And the problem with that is that depending on what that news is, what that false news is, a human or even an AI might act on that information. That's the danger. That's the dangerous part. I'm done, Frank, for now.
Yeah, I mean, I think there definitely would be parameters for sure that need to be put in place here. But the whole refilling of prescriptions, I think, fits the bill quite nicely for AI because it's already been qualified by a physician. Right. And really, I think what we're looking at now is if it's a new medication, I don't think it mentioned anything about that. Like, clearly when you start a new medication, if there's any potential for harm, you're going to have like a scheduled blood test or some form of checkup that happens after you start, just to make sure that it's working as intended. I don't think that applies for this. I think this is somebody who's been on, let's say, blood pressure medicine for 4 years, and they just need to have it refilled. Instead of having to call the doctor and have it done, they could use a system like this to perform the refill. And I think that's smart. It's just making sure the doctor's times is spent more effectively. Here in Canada, we actually gave the ability to pharmacists to also prescribe a couple of medications instead of you having to go to a family doctor to try to speed up, or I should say, eliminate the amount of people going into the healthcare system. So now you can visit your pharmacist and they can give you a prescription for like urinary tract infection, or if you have a rash that's formed, just things that are kind of like not necessarily potentially harmful, but just an ailment that needs to be cured that is rather standard. So yeah, I mean, I think this all makes sense here. And it's kind of interesting. Our 2 countries obviously have very different healthcare systems.
Mexico just got nationalized healthcare. Well, they're in 2027. President of Mexico declared they're getting nationalized healthcare. Mexico.
Wow.
Did you hear? I want to make sure you're hearing me, Frank. Mexico.
Yeah. I hear the drugs are cheaper there too, though.
The drugs are cheaper everywhere except the U.S.
Yeah, I mean, that's that. I think we could do a couple of shows on that. But there's some.
Yeah, well, I don't want to get deported, so let's not.
Yeah, you have to make sure you're in safe.
And I don't know where they're going to deport me to. Is what I want to know. I'm going to go to Alligator Alcatraz.
There you go. But no, I think it's even with this free healthcare, with all the pros that it has, it's still a very overridden system in the sense that when you go to get care, you're usually in for the long haul because there's just a mass amount of people. So anything they can do to help with reducing wait times in healthcare, I think,
and also
great.
Reducing human error.
Yeah, well, that's huge. I think it's a huge piece of it.
Right?
Do you use AI yourself for any medical advice? And
it was I had done it periodically here and there for sometimes quote unquote emergency situations.
Yeah.
But I officially have like a full dedicated chat that's just my health.
Yeah.
And I have it broken down to different chats for different areas, getting ready for a doctor's appointment, just kind of like running down all the things that are bothering me that I should maybe bring up. Because again, but also, I feel safe. I don't necessarily feel safe doing that. Let's just say I feel comfortable doing that.
Yep.
Because I am of the mind that privacy is a myth. That's it. That ship has sailed a long time ago, folks. Let it go. It's gone. Google Anthropic Project Mythos, learn a little bit about that, and then get back to us and let us know if you think privacy still exists. So I've been of that mindset for a long time now, so I'm already comfortable with putting, again, I don't put everything, but I am comfortable putting a significant amount of my my personal information as far as what's going on health wise into ChatGPT to kind of look. I've been wearing it. This is the same reason why I wear a watch. I wear it for the data. To just track all that's my sleeping data, my exercise, because I feel like at some point it's going to compile all of that, and it's going to have a nice, good data set of my overall health.
Yep. No, I'm with you there, man. Like I've found, even for myself, like when I go get blood work done, usually the lab here will send the full report to me. And then I can download it as a PDF, and it's got all these different numbers, and it does a pretty good job of saying, okay, here's what we tested.
Dude, we're gonna get animated videos soon of our pretty much just our state or our health. That would be great. It was just imagine Notebook LM could probably even do it, but just an animated walkthrough of your mind, your body, what you need to do. Quick 5-minute vid, and all right, boom, you're caught up. You know exactly what's going on with your health. You know what you need to do next, and anyway, I was just picturing that because I would love that. I would love an animated video of just my general
totally
health.
Dude. I mean, we're already there, right? If you put the time in to feed it the information, you can already produce that. But with these blood reports as an example, they are very technical, and you see a range of numbers, and you don't really understand what that range means other than if it's good or bad. Say here's the ideal zone for that number to be in, and here's where you are. So I found it great to feed that to AI and say, hey, break this down for me I'm 5.
Yeah.
And
perfect.
Dude, it actually
and
kind
it breaks
of
it down to you you're 5.
Yeah. I mean, it explains it super simple. It says, hey, this is, these numbers are looking really good. This number you probably should look at improving, and here are some ways you can improve it. And it's, again, you have to be cautious because these things do make mistakes, but it is a great tool for also reducing medical anxiety, I think, for a lot of people. Because I know one thing that, when people see these things, if they have anxiety already, then it gets them all worked up, and it's oh my God, I'm going to die, or I'm, there's something major wrong with me. But, you can put in these tools, and hopefully you don't find out that, yes, those anxieties are real. Right. But for the most part, I think, it's just a great soundboard for you to be able to converse with your data and, really truly understand it.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely. I mean, and it would be nice if more people got on board, because the more information we have, then the better these computers can get. at coming up with cures for all
Yeah.
these, for different types of ailments and diseases, and preventative care can get and be so much better.
That's what excites me the most, because I think we've talked about this before on a previous show, but my understanding is that everyone's cancer is unique when you get it. So the fact that you can have a custom drug built for your body and your cancer to attack it is amazing. And that kind of custom medicine, I think, is just really kicking off here with AI.
Absolutely. All right, well, let's get into the next story here. Make that thing go away.
Mythos causing havoc already.
So essentially, we've built an AI that can find every unlocked door, but essentially now we're just hoping that only the good guys use it. So U.S. summons bank bosses over cyber risks from Anthropic's latest AI model. Who is this? Who's this? The Guardian. This is a story by The Guardian. So top bank CEOs were summoned to Washington after concerns that Anthropic's latest AI model, Claude Mythos, which we just mentioned before, could dramatically increase cybersecurity threats. The model is reportedly so advanced at finding software vulnerabilities that regulators are worried it could destabilize critical financial infrastructure if misused. Wow. And yes, this was very worrisome from the get-go, especially when where I thought maybe this was just hype to maybe move the needle on some stocks. I don't even know if Anthropic is public but is Anthropic publicly traded? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I never hear about Anthropic stuff. Right? Yeah. But anywho, yes, this is everything is on fire, folks. This is not good. Not good at all. This is 5-alarm fire, red flags, alarms. Yes, this is all those sci-fi movies that you've ever watched of a super powerful computer that can get access to anything and everything except in the movies. It's an evil villain that wants to destroy the world, where this one doesn't have such intentions just yet. Frank.
Yeah, I think
I don't even have a question, just Frank.
I mean, all systems are going to need to have a bit of a revamp, right? I think this is where human in the loop, and that term is going to be critical for a lot of these companies, and having some form of being able to validate your identity before you have access to specific things. Banks already do that quite well. I don't know about your banking, but I know here in my bank, I have to get a text message on my phone, or I have to receive a voice call before I log in.
Yeah, mine blocks often. Well, that doesn't do it too often, but at times it does block charges that I do want it to, that I'm trying to get done myself, and it's and they're flagging them for
Yeah, and
hold on, Frank. What's that word? Irregularities. Got it. Thanks.
Yeah, no, especially when you start accessing the device from a separate IP address. I think that is also a big flag. So I don't know how much more secure these systems need to be. Like, even with Mythos and being able to find these gaps and these holes, I don't think it's going to be able to figure that out. Maybe if we're on YouTube, it can capture our voice and then fake our number somehow and answer for us. But I mean,
well, I know you're not a sports guy, Frank, but I'm sure you've heard of this expression. But and I'm going to butcher it a little bit. But the saying goes something like, a good offense is having a great defense.
Yep.
And I think that applies to this perfectly. Because to your point, yes, banks are, defending themselves or preparing themselves. They have to be at the forefront of this type of strategy. But they have to have access to, these types of tools, as well to be able to defend them. And that's been, and so far it looks like that's what, Anthropic's trying to do here by only letting it out to it's digital NATO, how ChatGPT put it nicely. So I get that, and but it also looks like that maybe the government didn't have access to this yet, which is why they're calling this meeting. Is that maybe is that kind of what's being insinuated here. Or not that they're insinuating, that's probably the wrong word, but I don't know. That's just kind of what I get from it. Like, does the U.S. government not have access to Claude Mythos?
I don't think they do, because that was, I think, part of the whole probably fight that we heard about last month was, Anthropic refusing to give access, right? So, I don't know, man. Like, it's going to be interesting to see how these things evolve. I just hope that they don't make it too cumbersome for everybody, because they're so concerned about potential issues. Because at the end of the day,
are this high. If this is, I mean, I don't know, man. I just think these are just very wild claims being made. I mean,
that's marketing too.
I know. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know, man. My default is always to give the benefit of the doubt, but it's just so many things keep happening. This is like, oh wow, is this really the real deal? Like, can this thing like break every single password or every single encryption that we currently have right now? It's I don't know that they haven't really gone outright to say just that, but that's just kind of like the feeling that I'm getting, that I feel like a lot of people are getting.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's definitely
could be just marketing.
And the other thing too is, at the risk of being canceled or whatever you want to call it, you can't fix stupid either, right? So like if you're stupid to fall for some of these things, and
you heard that right, folks? Calling me stupid.
I mean, but if you go in and somebody calls you up and says, "Hey, you need to send me $10,000 right now," and you don't like think about this, and you just transfer money, and that's what I understand happens in some cases. And yes, it can be convincing. We've talked about the need of having a safe word for your family. But this is the age that we live in. I think you just got to stop and think about everything, especially when it comes to your own finances. There's so many people here that are on the news in Canada that got a phone call claiming that they had some kind of caught invoice that they never paid, and it's in collections, and you need to settle this right now or we're going to sue you. And it's like, man, like these are just like scams that have been around forever, right? So like just stop and think about it. And
they've been around for since the internet, since email. That's how long these scams have been around. The famous one is the old, the Nigerian prince, and all whatever chainmail letters you would get and stuff like that.
Back in the early days of telecom, when we were all still on dial-up, I was working for one of the largest telecommunication companies here in Canada called Bell Canada. And there was a hack that was going around in the early days of the internet where you were visiting a site, and it was typically adult sites. So most people, when you confronted them about this, they were a little uncomfortable to even talk about it. But they downloaded something to their computer automatically by visiting the site. And then it was calling through the dial-up phone line 1976 numbers, for those that don't remember, like they're paid adult phone lines, and racking up these massive bills. So people would call in and be like, I got this like bill for like $600 to Sao Tome, Africa. I'm like, yeah, well, your dial-up modem has been making adult phone calls. But
those were the days. Not that I would know, because I never used those phone services.
It's odd to have to put.
But you know what? I was young, and I think I was too young for that anyway. I mean, what was I, preteen or something like that? I wouldn't have access to a credit card or anything like that, so I couldn't. I don't think I could. I'd have to have gone out of my way. Anyway, I don't know why I'm trying to defend that. I don't care what anybody thinks, even if I did use it. Right? You believe me, Frank. Anyway, damn it. No, you know what? If it's that important, and it's an old story anyway, I was just going to talk about that one story that I sent you about how close to nobody is using AI. It's a post back from February. We'll bring it up next week, if anything. But let's do this. At the show. Coming up on 30 minutes. We're going to keep it tight. Thanks for watching, folks. We appreciate it. We hope you have a good day. We hope you have a good weekend. Frank and I will be back on Monday with more nonsense about AI and all that jazz. Frank will probably still be wearing a blazer. I'll still be wearing a hoodie. But anything else, Frank, for now?
No, I hope everybody has a great weekend. And we'll be back Monday with some more news.
Today's evidence is logged. The timeline has been updated, and the future remains under investigation. If you found this useful, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss the next analysis. You can also drop your questions in the comments. We read them, we use them, we investigate them. And for deeper dives, join the newsletter at detectingintelligence.com. Thanks for watching. See you next time, friend.